Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is I Love You Say It Back. It's the podcast. I'm your host, Big D. Let's talk week 13. Let's go. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is I Love You Say It Back. It's a podcast. I'm your host, once again, Vic D. These are the boys. John, what's going on?
What's going on, y'all?
Preet, what's good, baby?
What's up?
You guys, how are you guys doing after Thanksgiving?
Sore.
Oh yeah, Turkey Bowl was
an event. My legs felt like jelly after, but relax for the 3 to 4 days to recover.
Yeah, Turkey Bowl was crazy. We'll talk about all that. Right now we're in the middle of watching this Sunday night football game. Denver 27, Washington 20. A little bit of a duel here, and you'll watch it. We're watching it live here in studio. We got the computer up, but we have oh my gosh. So I have money on the Commanders. John's got big money riding on the Broncos. So you'll notice that we're gonna wait till after. We're like, you know what? Let's get the live instant reaction as we start the podcast. So right now, 3rd and 4 in overtime. So we'll watch how that goes. Before we get into everything, we want to remind you to jump over to subscribe. Whatever you're listening, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you're listening on, please hit that follow. Please hit that like. Please share with everybody you know. Over on YouTube, hit that follow at ILY Back Pod. And yes, let's go.
What the fuck?
Let's
Terry
go.
McLaurin just scored.
Tie that shit up. Oh,
flag on the play.
No.
Holding.
Oh my God.
It was called back for holding.
Oh my.
You are kidding me. That is sick. That is sick work. Are you kidding me?
You can't call that.
Are you kidding me?
Bro, that's crazy.
That's a terrible call.
That is bull. Oh my gosh. I love that you can admit that.
Yeah.
Like even with a guy with what you got writing on it, that is crazy. Where was I? Hit that follow button. I'm at Vic D Radio. Follow the boys.
John Anthony XIX.
Pre_sing13.
We've got some NFL Week 13 action to get to. Some games were crazy. Some games were crazy but meaningless. So we'll get into all that. We're going to give you our top 5 rankings of the week. That was something that we debuted last week. Myself and Preet debuted it. And call that shit back. Call that shit back.
Debo
Call
Samuel.
That shit back.
Down the sideline.
Down at the 1.
Maybe this wasn't a good idea. Maybe we should have started this. They called it back. The previous touchdown from Terry McLaurin. They called it back. He scored the touchdown. They called it back. Very next play, they score. They get it down to
I'm like in disbelief just watching this
1 yard
game.
line. This game is insane.
This
game could
watching.
end in a tie.
This is fun watching this. I have no blood in this game. I don't partake in those activities.
Yeah,
I'm just chilling.
way to play it safe there. But
Why are we
Debo?
pressing there?
What a fat ass boy. Use your fucking weight, dog. Anyways, so we have a lot to talk about. We got some games that mean a lot. We got some games that don't really mean nothing. And then we're going to give you our top 5s. We're going to give you our Monday Night Football picks. And we have to give the updated, we should have looked into that, what the actual numbers were. I believe we have them pretty locked in, right? For the season-long contest?
Yeah.
Okay. So as we go through the show, if you could pull up those numbers or you get those settled, that would be great.
I got them.
But let's start with our Thanksgiving slate. Once again, we're all coming back off of Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had our Thanksgiving special, by the way, is crushing. Yeah, it loaded it. It's funny how some of these shows like blow away the previous shows. By the time that we had, it was almost like the next morning, it had already surpassed what we had done on the previous football show. So it's always funny how those things work out. Of course they were going to do that. Of course, it's just so stupid.
Play action right
so
there, man.
Stupid. Why are they even running it? Are they playing for the tie or are they going to go for 2 here?
No, they're playing for the.
They're
going for 2.
They're probably going to go for 2.
They got to score first, bro. It's hard to score in the red zone.
Yeah.
On the goal line.
So anyways, we played a little turkey bowl. Myself, Preet, John. We had a few other of our buddies out there. Joel was out there. We had some other boys. We got the W. I don't remember the last time we lost our turkey bowl. I know it's the first time you're joining us, but it's just something we don't do, you know?
What a play.
Oh,
So stupid. This is so stupid.
They
But,
should've
Third
done
and
a
goal.
First down.
but I know, John, you said you hadn't been out there to play Turkey Bowl in a minute. Talk to us about how you feeling. How the legs?
Man, my legs felt like jelly. I was running up and down go routes every time, guarding the guy that ran go routes every time. So my legs felt like jelly at the 3 days after. I'm good now, but yeah, I needed today's Sunday. I needed like 3 days to recover fully.
And Preet, you played a few. You played with us, and then you had another game after. How'd that go?
I played a couple games. It was fun. Same, bro. My legs, I'm still sore. So
Turkey Bowl is just so fun. Like,
It's
I
so
don't
fun.
ever want to not play Turkey Bowl. Like,
He dropped it.
oh
Fourth
my
down.
god,
Here's the game right here. It's either a touchdown and they go for 2 or game's over.
it's gonna be a flag watch. Fourth down flag. This game's gonna something crazy is gonna happen.
Look at finally some pressure though. Some outs, some safety blitzes.
You
Zach Ertz,
gotta
some of
catch
the
that.
safest hands in league history right there. Zach
You
Ertz
gotta catch
out
that.
of tight end U Stanford.
That's probably why he missed it. He went to Stanford.
Yeah, well, he's been in the league for 77 years, so
You gotta catch
those hands are not what they used to be. All right, here it is, folks.
timeout.
Of course, it's a timeout, but had fun, got the dub, ate some good food. I don't. How many times did you guys eat? I ate twice. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like
I ate
2
twice,
big meals.
Twice for sure.
Yeah.
Twice. One big meal, one light.
But it feels good when you do something like Turkey Bowl, when you go for a run, when you go for something like that's why you do it in the morning. You get up early, you get it out of the way. I went to my dad's, early, ate there, then took a nap after my concussion, and then I was scared, bro. I was scared to fall asleep, but then I woke up miraculously, and and then went to have meal
Come
number
in here
2.
and pinch me every
I'm not-
6 minutes, please.
I'll drop a people's elbow. I'll be every.
I'm not joking. I was
5 to
the
10.
shit out of me every 5 minutes.
I was like, I've had a headache for like the last like 3 days. Today I felt fine, but bro, I've been like sleeping. Like my sleep schedule's gotten kind of normal, and I'm like, maybe that should knock me into like some, into a little bit of normalcy. So here we go. 4th down.
Oh,
What
it's a
there was
false start.
yeah. I saw that. I saw that touchdown.
Doesn't even
False
matter.
start.
Game's
There's a
over.
flag.
Oh, he scored.
Oh,
Why is he doing the pickings?
Yes, they're going for
He
2.
started that.
This is exactly
Oh.
what we needed.
Oh my! You want?
This is exactly what, maybe we should have started this after. But anyways, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Got my lip busted. If we're friends on IG, you've seen it was a pretty gnarly freaking
What a
thing.
throw!
But it's healing a little bit better today. And the dude had to go to the hospital and get stitches because he ran his forehead right
Which
into
one
my.
was- it was one little
There's
kid?
a fucking dork wearing a Dr. Pepper shirt. I hope you're listening, bitch. Fucking clown
Vic
ass.
was pissed.
when I was-
No,
when I was
no body
bullying them-
control. How do you run?
He was
Like I'm
pissed.
looking up, catching the ball. How do you run into me with your head straight up, dog? We're not wearing helmets out here, buddy. Like,
Dude,
do you
no,
have
man.
you have just fucking sloppy ass fucking body control? What the fuck are you doing? That shit pissed me off.
It was a make it or break it play for them, bro.
Yeah, it was. Hey, still didn't drop
That's
the
his
ball.
Super
Still didn't
Bowl.
drop the ball.
Yeah, that's impressive. You still got it.
But there were some big time football games, and unfortunately, we added it to the overall contest, which is weird as
Unfortunate.
hell. Like, what the hell?
Why
I
would
went
you-
0 for 4. We had the Packers, Lions. We had the Chiefs at the Cowboys, Bengals at Ravens, and the Bears at Eagles. I was wrong on every single one, which is really impressive. I should have parlayed that. That would have paid fat because they were all underdogs.
All the favorites lost, right?
Yeah, all the favorites lost. Real quick, pause. The game is they're going for 2. They're going for the win here. They're not going for the tie. So either one of us is going to be
Come on,
either
here we
John
go.
wins or I'm going to win. Oh, no,
my
I
God.
don't like.
Wide the
Oh,
fuck
why
open.
is it?
Oh, he
got
knocked it
patted
down.
down.
Oh my!
They got patted down. Game over.
Denver. I tell you, Denver gets
I'm up,
lucky
chat.
wins, bro.
I won $330.
Flag.
That's
Nah, they storming the field. Game
They do this
over.
every game. I told you
3:30
something
in
on
my-
last
my-
play.
That was the stupidest
bank.
play call I've
You don't
ever
even
seen.
give
He
him
was
a
backing
chance.
up.
He had it. He was open though.
You got to give him a chance, bro.
He should have threw it, lobbed it up
Yeah,
in the air.
you got to give somebody a chance.
Thanks, Mariota.
Oh, good thing I didn't take the Washington plus 650.
That's a
I
good
told you
segue
last
because
play, but
guys,
they-
while Vic went 0 for 4, I went 3 for 1.
Denver wins these games. They've been doing this all year. One last play, defense.
Yeah,
makes,
and we'll get into that later. I don't believe in them at all. Just Bo Nix is just atrocious.
This was good, bro.
This defense is good, but from what I seen tonight, if Washington
Was
can
that Nick
move the
Bonito?
ball,
Yeah, Benito's next.
I love him, bro. Oh yeah, he had him,
That was
he
dude.
was wide open.
That was the game.
What did he try to
He
do?
tried to gun it in instead of throw it up.
Stupid bitch, you're not that guy.
He
Lob
should-
it,
he should- He
motherfucker.
should do it sooner. That's the thing.
Yeah, just lob it. Let him get on. You got to give somebody a chance right there.
I need it.
When they do that.
Yeah, that's how I
hate when
feel.
quarterbacks
Let's go,
do
man.
that.
He thinks he feels bad. I just lost money, dumbass.
He doesn't feel bad. They got a better draft position. They called it in, brother.
I should
This
have
was all
taken the points.
set. It was +6. Vegas hit on the -6.
Gosh. Anyways, we got a podcast to do,
canceling
so
the
let's
show.
get into it. Yeah, we cancel it. We're starting over. We're leaving this front part. I like that. That was fun. Even though I lost, that was fun. Let's start with the Packers at the Lions. Packers were a slight underdog. This was one of the most intriguing matches to me. Division rivals, all that stuff. And Packers 31, Lions 24. I want to start on the Lions side here. How do you guys feel about the Lions moving forward? They were kind of shaky, barely have to come back and win against the Giants. They dropped the ball at home against the Packers. I didn't have him in my top 5 last week. Obviously, I'm not going to have him in my top 5 this week. What is the state of the Lions? Is the arrow pointing down? Is it time to hit the panic button? What's going on?
I think it's pointing down for sure because they're already kind of on the fringe right there. Like I don't even think they're in the playoffs right now. I think they're like fighting for a wild card position, right?
Yeah, they're 8.
Yeah, because
the top 7 go in. They're number 8.
Yeah, so they're already, and then they got a couple injuries now. St. Brown's hurt. Their offense doesn't look
That is
as
true.
fluid as they've done the last couple years. So I wouldn't say you have to panic, but it's definitely. I mean, it's a couple weeks left in the season, so it's definitely crunch time, and they're definitely pointing down as far as they're trending down. Green Bay offense finally woke up. That's all the Green Bay's been waiting on is their offense to wake up. So that's my thoughts on that. Lions were in my top 5 last week. We'll see where they're at this week.
And you, John?
Yeah,
Quit checking your shit, man. He's just showing off how he's like,
No,
look at
I
all
had
this
to make
money
sure.
I won.
But no, I got the. I picked.
Did you have a money
I
line?
picked the Packers.
Yeah, of course.
You had the Broncos money line?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's wild.
No, yeah, but I had the Packers winning this one, and they won. I thought it was gonna be a close game, and it was. But moving forward, I think without St. Brown, even if he misses a week or 2, that's gonna be costly.
It is because they were already in a position to.
Yeah, they need all their guns, especially with the schedule coming up. They play the Cowboys, and they play I think 1 or 2 more playoff teams, or 1 or 2 playoff teams in addition to the Cowboys. They're just, to me, I don't see them taking the spot of the Niners or the Packers.
I agree. I think they're in somewhat of trouble. Do we think that the Packers are back on track, or was this just another win, but you don't really trust them to be consistent with their schedule moving forward? Like we've seen this all year. They have good wins, but then they don't follow it up with some.
I feel
They'll
like
lose.
This is one of the games that their offense actually like stepped up and
Right,
scored some
and they've
points.
got some receivers coming back. Dontavian
Yeah.
Wicks had a couple big
Yeah,
plays.
so they so it looked good. So I mean, they're
Jaden
obviously-
Reed's coming back too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get going. I mean, they're training that way.
Jacobs is
Yeah.
back now.
They're starting.
So
to use,
I do think this is a turning point for them. I think that they're gonna if they continue to win, obviously, right? But I think if they do somehow, let's say they have a wacky loss to the Jaguars, some team like that, then I don't believe in anything they're gonna do in the playoffs. I don't. But if they win against the teams they're supposed to win, maybe have a close battle and lose, or a close battle and win, I think they can be a tough team to go up against in the playoffs.
Yeah,
So-
I had them going to the NFC Championship. I had them coming out of the NFC, I think so.
The second game on that Thanksgiving schedule was the Chiefs at the Cowboys. Chiefs 24.
Oh man,
Cowboys
What a dub.
31. John, go ahead and take it.
Cowboys, baby. I was over the moon that we beat the Chiefs, and everybody's gonna downplay it, right? The Chiefs are 6-6 and all this and that.
It's true.
But at the end of the day, they won the Super Bowl last year. So did the Eagles. This was a great dub for the Cowboys. And really, if you look at our schedule, if the Cowboys beat the Lions, they should win out. They really should, because I think we play the Commanders and we play the Vikings.
The Commanders that just lost.
Commanders, the Vikings, so
Shut up.
I think that they'll be all right moving forward. Granted, we're going to need some help, so we need the Packers or the Niners to lose. But I think that's very doable because the Packers play the Bears twice. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting in the NFC. So great dub for the Cowboys. We look like a top 10 team, and I really think that they are a top 10 team.
Be careful making top 10.
And I don't care about the records. I'm going off of who's been playing good recently, who's the healthiest, who's getting hot at the right times. And Cowboys, I got them, in my top 10.
Yeah, I had the Cowboys winning this game. It's my only win of the slate for Thanksgiving games. But same thing. I think their defense is starting to get healthy. They added some pieces. Obviously, their offense has always been good, but now they don't have as much pressure because their defense is a lot better. And I've been saying it all year. I don't believe in the Chiefs. You guys still do. You guys love the Chiefs, but that's how I expected this to happen. Chiefs downfall starting.
What are you thinking, Vic?
You can't deny what you're seeing. You can't deny what you're seeing. And what I'm seeing with the Cowboys is, if not the best offense in the league. And since they got Quinnen Williams, they're stuffing the run. They're actually making plays on defense. They're not just a warm knife through butter. And that makes the difference. It shows you that when you have a top offense like that, you don't need the best defense in the league. You just make a couple stops, they're going to go out and put up their points. I can't deny what I'm seeing with the Cowboys. As much as I love and as fun as it is to hate on them, to me, that was a very, very impressive win. Not only because it's the Chiefs, not only because they won the Super Bowl, but to me, the biggest part about it, every game from now on feels like the Chiefs' season's on the line, and they're giving you everything that they got. They don't have wiggle room. That was they needed that win, and they didn't get it. They threw everything at it, and they just couldn't get it done. So
Mahomes played out of his mind, but he was the second best quarterback on the field that day. Dak Prescott is playing MVP caliber football, and I don't think any QB right now is playing better than him. Maybe at his level, yeah, Matt Stafford, he's playing better than Drake May. I don't care what anybody's saying. The things that Drake May is doing is not really impressive to me. But the things that Dak Prescott is doing is he's just playing out of his damn mind. So to me, it's Stafford and Dak for the MVPs right now.
This next game was in contention for the BTA belt to ass, but I think that's going to go to another team, which we'll decide on that later. But Bengals 32. This was the nightcap of the Thursday slate. Bengals 32, Ravens 14. Lamar Jackson just doesn't look like himself.
Yeah, man.
No.
He's
MVP Lamar, just that's not who we're getting.
When it counts the most, once again, comes up short. When his team needs him to make a playoff push, be Super Lamar, he just goes ghost,
Yeah, it's 3 games in a row now for him to have shitty performances. I have him in like 4 different fantasy
He turns into
leagues.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, it's looking bad for the Ravens. I don't know how their schedule. I think they still have a favorable schedule. This should have been one of the easy wins, but
and this is the belt to ass game of the week, I think, just because of what was riding on it.
They were 8-point favorites, so.
And division game, and you need it to be in the playoffs.
You're at home. You need it. So I think they still might squeeze and get into the playoffs, but this was definitely concerning because
you're right. That might have been. I was gonna say maybe this one here, but I think the expectation was that was. But yeah, I guess we can call that one the BTA. But
I think Ravens need to get rid of their offensive coordinator, and they need to do something on offense.
But when are we gonna start criticizing Lamar Jackson? At what point?
He's been getting criticized
year
his
15
full career.
Because Dak Prescott gets all the scrutiny and criticism, but
Dak don't win nothing.
Neither does Lamar.
I know I'm saying they're both saying, but Lamar's been getting
one has
criticized.
2 MVPs.
Yeah, because he was the best player in the league.
Lower expectations than Dak.
Lamar has never had the same sporting cast as Dak. Dak's always had the best offensive line, receivers, running backs, tight ends. But they're both. I will say this: only one team to win it all.
That's all I gotta say.
He's 40 years old.
Yeah, 63-year-old Derrick Henry.
They had him for like what 3 years?
I agree.
2.
Lamar definitely should get criticism. He's been playing bad 3 games in a row. But when he's won MVPs, he deserved the MVPs. Don't say he hasn't.
Yeah, no doubt. So it's an
I would have given it to Joe
team.
last year, but
I would also say
you could, yeah.
that I think, and I know you're not going to like this, John, But I do think that he's not 100% healthy. You could see it in his style. You could see it in the way he's playing and the way he's running, or I guess lack thereof. I don't think he came back because he knew that this team needed to start getting some wins.
And they did, yeah.
And that's where he came back, and he thought he was like, okay, I'll play myself back into health. And something must have happened where that didn't happen. But regardless, whether it's injury or just bad play, he hasn't looked the same. Joe Burrow came back, and with or without T. Higgins, didn't matter. That guy gets a dub, and he's just got there's an aura about Joe Burrow, and
it's 9-day difference.
Yeah, there's zero doubt. There's zero doubt.
Ravens won 5 games in a row before this, so yes, Lamar's been playing bad, but they're still winning.
But then again, when you needed him the most,
I understand, yeah.
He was healthy. You know, I don't know. Did he? How long has he been back? 5 games already?
No, I think 4.
When you need him the most, he just didn't show up, and that's all I gotta say about that.
A really interesting Black Friday game. This was crazy. Bears 24, Eagles 15. Very similar to what we're talking about with the Cowboys. You can't deny what you're seeing. And I'm not a person who looks at results. I look at the Broncos record. I'm not impressed. I'm not the way they're winning, the way they're playing quarterback, the way like they look sloppy. Are they getting the wins? Yes. They just had an overtime 1-point victory to a team that's going nowhere, that's fighting for a top pick in the draft. But people who don't know ball are going to be like, look at their record. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what the hell you're looking at. I still don't believe in the Broncos the same way that I can't deny what I'm seeing with the Bears, if that makes sense. I can't deny that. Although I don't think it's the most impressive record, I do feel like there's little bits of increments that's getting better every week with coaching, with Caleb, with defense, with run game. There's elements that I really like that I see improvements on rather than with Bo Nix. I'm almost seeing regression from what I saw last year. And with the Bears, I see improvement on what I saw last year from the coaching position and the quarterback position. And to me, that screams volumes. What are you guys thinking on this? And it also, the Eagles not looking good, trending down.
The Eagles are trending down. I mean, I wouldn't count them out just yet. As much as I want to, I'm a Cowboy fan, so yes, I am biased, but I wouldn't count them out just yet. I mean, they are still first in NFC East. I hope they lose, though. But the Bears are the real deal. It's time to say that.
Hold on. To what extent real deal?
They're the second best team in the league, I think.
You're talking about the record.
No.
You think that's
they're actually number 1, but I got them number 2 in the whole league. I got the Rams. The Rams.
No. We'll get to the top 5. We'll get to the top 5.
I was telling you.
Yeah.
Well, to me, they're the second best team because you think about it. Where's their weakness? If you really think about it, the weakness is Caleb, but he's been playing good.
He's good, man. He's good.
He hasn't been balling out, jumping out the gym, but he's been playing good.
I think the coach.
He hasn't been making any interceptions, no dumb fumbles.
Yeah.
He got caught by TJ, but TJ catches everybody.
Yeah.
So last week, this week he played a manageable game. They didn't need much from him. All they needed was for him to hand the ball off, and he did what he was supposed to do. But I really believe in Ben Johnson more than anything. That guy has got that team playing inspired football. They lead the league in interceptions. They have like 3 guys in the top 5 for interceptions.
Their defense is nasty.
So their defense is playing good. The run game is good. The O-line is good. If you really want to nitpick, and the weakness is Caleb.
Yeah.
The coach is good. Where's the weakness? So if your weakness is Caleb and he's been playing good, then
Caleb's not good.
To me, I just don't see a weakness in their game. So
yeah,
I'm a believer.
Eagles have been trending down. I said the last couple of weeks, I don't like where they're at. Like, especially with everything that's going on with the players. AJ Brown's crying every week. Jalen Hurts, they're not even talking to the coaches on the sideline. So it looks weird. But Bears, their defense looks good. Their offense, Ben Johnson they started slow, but he was doing it for a reason. You can tell, like, he didn't want to. I still, one of my boys, he's a Bears fan at work, and we always talk about it. And I'm always like, bro, he has to let Caleb go and, like, let him kind of be free to make mistakes. But I think he's slowly bringing him along. I think it's still I still believe if they lose, like, whether it's in the playoffs or they lose a big game, it's going to be because, like, Caleb's going to make a mistake.
Right.
Because he wasn't thrown in the fire. But whatever they're doing is working. Obviously, they've won 9 of their last 10 games. I think.
Yeah, I think they started 0-2 and they're
Yeah.
9-1 since.
So-
It's freaking insane.
But yeah, like you said, like Vic said, you have to give them credit. I mean, they don't, and then like you said, John, they don't have a lot of weaknesses. Caleb's a real great quarterback, man. He's like 24 years. He's still young and he's listening. Remember, everybody used to think Caleb's problem was like, oh, he's gonna be a diva, not listen. He wants to do his own way. He's been quiet. I mean, there's been nothing come out of that.
Right.
Even when they lost the first 2 games, it wasn't like, oh, he wasn't. There was no like wild antics and like that. He's still painting his nails, but they look.
What's wrong with that? You got a problem with that?
No.
Yeah.
Not if you're 9-3. I wish my team painted their nails.
My takeaway on that is kind of what I said. Like the Bears, I feel like I see small improvements almost every week, and I don't think they're playing great. But I think in this situation, they're not playing great and winning games, and I think that's a good place to be when you're an up and coming team. The Eagles. I mean, without Lane Johnson, look at the record. Look at Jalen Hurts' record without Lane Johnson. I think they're going to be okay because he's expected to come back, and they have a good record still. They need to figure out some shit on offense, or else things are going to go down, and they're not going to be able to figure out because Saquon's not looking good. The pass game is putrid, bro. It's embarrassing,
garbage.
Bro. To watch him on offense is honestly, it's tough to watch. It's boring. It's horrible.
It's them, just like the Ravens too. There's just sad. They have so many. I mean, Eagles got way more weapons, but I don't know what's going on in their offense coordinator, their game plan.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
So long story short, I went over 4 in every single game, which is actually kind of impressive if you think about it. Like to go, that's hitting a 4-legger, but like the opposite. Sometimes you'll get 1 in there and then
You could have done
it'll
a
fuck
coin
up.
flip on every game and got 1 right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, literally. Moving on to today's slate, there's a couple of relevant games. Saints 17, Dolphins 21. Saints 17, Dolphins 21. Who cares? Texans 20, Colts 16. I want to talk about this one briefly because this is one where the Texans have won 4 in a row. The Colts are starting to look not good. Their offense has kind of hit they're stalling, Jonathan Taylor's not looking as good. Daniel Jones not looking as good. Their defense not looking as great. And Sauce Gardner got hurt. Now the division, which looked like a lock for the Colts, now looks like it's up in the air. Now it looks like it could be anybody's ball game. Interesting division. Who do you guys think comes out of there? John, go ahead.
Well, right now Jacksonville's lead. I think they have a tiebreaker over the Colts. They beat the Colts, I think. They're both 8-4. Jacksonville's leading right now. I still think Colts make it out of there. Their problem is they're all season they were just waiting. It's like the big plays saved them. It'd be like a Jonathan Taylor 70-yard touchdown. Jalen Jones. So like they're relying on that. I think they need to go back and start finding like ways to win, like playing small ball. They're just looking for like the big shot every time. They're expecting Jonathan Taylor to have a 200 yards game. You can't win like that.
Right, you can't. That's not sustainable. No.
They have the good thing is they have the coaching, they have the players, they have the defense to go back and start playing small ball.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing with what the Buccaneers were doing in the beginning of the year, like heroic ball. And now obviously look what's happening to the Bucs, but they don't have the personnel to keep up. I think like the Colts can. So I think they still come out of the South.
I've lost all hope in the Colts, honestly. I've lost all hope.
Same.
I don't think Daniel, we know he's hurt. And right when I figured out he's playing with a hurt, whatever, I stayed away from this game. Because I'm like, maybe they can sneak out a win because I don't believe in the Texans offense, but I just don't think that they can do enough, especially because they play the Texans again at the end. I don't think they can do enough to win it. But then again, I don't believe in the Jaguars either. Like
that's why
that division is up in the air. I wouldn't be surprised though if it comes down to the Colts and the Texans at the end, the last game of the season. The winner moves on.
So. I just don't trust C.J. Stroud, man. Their defense is good. Texans got a great defense. I just don't trust their offense. They haven't. I mean.
But you know what? But they have the best defense in
that's what I'm saying. Their defense
league.
is great, but
that's the only team I think that can hang their hat on something.
No, I understand it. They're gonna win a couple games. I feel like the defense, but that's why they're 6-7-5 because they lost 5 games because the offense couldn't do anything.
Yeah, CJ Stroud. Here's the thing: if he could just play a little bit better, just a
He's
smidge better.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Give them
that said-
24 points. Give them 27 points. I think that defense can win you some games on their back.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got Stingley in the back. You got the line, Will Anderson just tearing things up.
Will Anderson's become one of my favorite players, low key.
he's just a
But
beast.
that's enough time on that game. My wrap up on this is I never fully bought into the Colts. There was a point where you couldn't deny what they were doing, but it was like, okay, is this regular season magic or is this like something that you see long term? And I never believed it. And now with the last few weeks, they should have looked a lot better coming off of their bye.
Yeah.
That was when you have an extra week to prepare and you don't look that good and you lose, that tells me a lot about your offensive ways.
And the Colts and Jags play twice before the season ends.
Yeah.
Again, no, they already played once. No, I think Jacksonville beat them once.
No,
That's
Colts,
why they have
Colts,
the tiebreaker.
Colts and Jags, no, they play twice.
Oh, see,
they
I'm
play
tripping
next
then.
week, and then they play in December 28th. So that could decide the division. Those two
I think
games.
I always say this about teams that are up and coming that are like that just start off hot. They need to get tested like this before the playoffs start. I think that's what happened to the Vikings last year. They were so good, and then the playoffs they kind of got ran into like a good team, and they got a reality check. This might be good for the Colts. They were like flying by teams.
I don't see
Well,
it.
it could I feel like it's
I agree
obviously
with
nobody
John.
wants this, but it could be like this could be like hey, like I'm glad that happened. Let's figure this out right now.
December ball's coming.
Imagine
And
they
it
win-
already started, I think.
They do say that the real season starts after Thanksgiving.
December
That's something
is-
right now, so they need to go back and say, hey, look, we need to figure something out. We got to find ways to score more on offense.
All right, moving on. Falcons 24, Jets 27. Congrats, Jets. And there's not much else to say on this game.
Yes,
That was kind of
so
irrelevant. Again, two teams going nowhere. Game of the week, WEAK. 49ers 26, the Browns 8. I will say the only thing I have to say on this game is I really thought that the Browns were going to put up a better fight. Shador got hurt. I thought the Browns defense was going to hold up a lot better against the 49ers. It didn't. 49ers, look, they're injured. They're this, they're that. They keep stacking wins.
Yeah, once I seen the snow and all that before the game, like leading up the week of, I knew that Shador wasn't going to perform. And his injuries are starting to alarm me. Honestly, I think he's like a poor man. He reminds me like a poor man's Mariota. Like not because we just watched him, but just the way he moves.
How relevant.
He's not a real runner, but he's not a.
He can't get out of there.
But he's not just immobile either.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the arm talent
He's
per
like
se,
in
like the arm
between,
strength.
Yeah.
But he'll make some plays. I think he'll make some splash plays here and there. The Niners, they won't go away, man. They will not go away. They're just like that annoying team that they're going to get waxed in the playoffs, but they're just going to get there.
I mean, easiest schedule in the league history makes it a little easier to win. So.
That too.
That is true. That is true. So that's enough time on that game. This one was just a wild shootout. This is what I'm going to call, this is why the NFL is the NFL game of the week. Rams 28, Panthers 31. Let me lay this out for you. You may remember I may or may not have told you to put your mortgage, your wife, and your children on the Panthers plus 7.5 points against the 49ers. They go out and have one of the worst offensive performances against that San Francisco defense that I may have ever seen.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So everyone's like, you're a fucking idiot. What did you see? The Panthers suck, blah, blah, blah. Turns out I was just a week early. I was just a week early on this prediction because this is what everything that I said about why the Panthers were going to cover against the 49ers, they did against the Rams. And not only did they cover, they won outright. That would have paid fat if you would have taken a money line. Yeah. But the Panthers are capable of doing shit like this. Same with a lot of teams in this league, which is why the NFL is the NFL. The Rams are arguably the best team in the entire league. They've looked good. They've looked dominant on defense and on offense. And then the Panthers put up 31 and then win the ball game. That's why the NFL is the NFL. You can't really... there's no guarantees. Any given Sunday is any given Sunday for a reason. What did you guys take? I didn't take away anything other than... I still believe that the Rams are a damn good team, but the Panthers are capable, and I think that's the difference between good teams and bad is the consistency. Are you capable of this? Yes, a lot of teams are.
Yeah, anybody
Does that effort come out every single week? Are you consistent? No, that's why the Panthers are the Panthers, and the other teams are
I have
better
two
teams.
takeaways. The first one is any team can get beat. Yes. I don't care if you're the Pats. I don't care if you're the Rams or the Bears. Anybody can get beat by anyone this year. This year is one of the most interesting years that I can remember in my whole history as being a fan of NFL.
Yeah.
That's the first takeaway. The second takeaway is Bryce Young. He's turning this team. He inherited a shitty team, and he's got them at 7-6.
7-6, yeah.
7-6. He threw 3 touchdowns against
no picks.
One of the best defenses in the league. 0 picks. I mean, he deserves some claps. So
no, for sure.
Good job, Bryce Young, and that's really all I got to say about that. The Rams will be all right.
This just adds to the crazy season it's been. Nobody knows what's happening. Panthers last week looked like the worst team in the league again, and now they beat the best team. You can say the best team in the league. So that's just for NFL for you. We were talking about it earlier a little bit today, how some teams can look so flat some days, and it's the same exact players, same plays, same coaches, and then the next week they look like the best team. So
last question, I'm going to ask you this: what do you do with Bryce Young if you are the Panthers?
You keep
him, man. You
think so?
He's not the problem.
I think. After they got through. Remember how? And I was one of them.
Crazy.
I don't know how you guys felt, but when they drafted him, I was like, "Why they draft him? He's too small. This and that. They should have took CJ. They took him." And then after that, next couple of years, everyone was saying it. Get rid of him. Trade him. Remember, they were like, "Yo, they were trading for a 6th round pick, a 5th round pick," and everybody was saying it. I was saying it, and they believed in him and they stuck with him. So why would you not stick with him now?
Here's the question: do you think that if he played on the Eagles, he would do just as good as Hurts?
For sure. I think
that's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's my so
you
to
can
that,
say that,
to that I say get him more pieces. Just like Hurts need pieces, just like any other quarterback in the NFL needs pieces.
I think
or good coaching and schematics.
No, they've been doing that. I feel like they've been doing right by him, and they had all the reason to like just let him go and restart. But think about it, they built their defense. They started paying, Burns. They started paying guys on defense. They were like, "Yo, let's get him help." And then they went and got remember, everybody was against them getting the receiver, McMillan, because they were like, they're like, "Yo, and he's been balling. He scored today. He had like a 40-yard touchdown.
He only had 1 catch today.
Yeah, but it was still, like they're getting him.
I'm saying that's more impressive for Bryce.
Yeah.
That he
still won. Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't even use it yet. But then they got him running back help. They're at least they're trying. It might have, getting like signing Hubbard and Dowdle. It could have gone the other way, but it looks good. Like they're trying to help him. Which is you gotta give teams like that credit because they believe in the guy they drafted.
And they're getting better.
Look at teams like the Saints, like they'll draft Rattler and they're like, all right, 1 year and let's get somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't think since the Panthers drafted Bryce Young, I don't think they drafted another quarterback since then.
No, they haven't.
So that's pretty cool.
Here's my takeaway on it, and I was having this conversation with Joel earlier, and it's fantastic. You cannot take. It's easy to say you keep them. But you got to understand that when you pay, you got to pay them. Yeah. You got to pay them, and when you pay them, they're not just going to take a hometown discount. They're not. That's just not the way the quarterback market works. So, are you going to be? You guys just said it yourselves. They're putting receivers. They're putting running backs. They're getting free agent Rico Dowdle. They got some defensive play. Once you pay them, you can't do that the same way. That's why I don't believe in the 49ers moving forward. You paid Brock. I don't think that's the guy you pay.
Yeah, this for me is coming from a Raider fan. It's hard to find a good quarterback.
That's my point.
There's not.
What do you do if you don't pay him?
That's the thing. And you can, but
try your hand.
I feel like if you don't pay him, I feel like everything they've done to this point, it would be pointless. If you're not going to pay him, they should have got rid of him years ago.
I don't think max out his contract.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I think you give.
But what I'm saying is that's the price.
That's
there's no.
He's not getting max money.
Whatever he asks, he's going to ask.
Market goes.
If he's going to ask for yes.
I don't think.
Brock Purdy got max. Is he a max quarterback?
He's not. He's not.
He got like top 5 money, top 3 money.
Max is different. I don't know what because. Mahomes is not getting max. I don't know what. I think they're all getting paid a crazy amount.
When you're up, he's not anymore. So it's like Mahomes will get paid his. He'll be the top of the market this year, and then the next year the cap goes up, and then the next guy gets
whatever
paid.
He's gonna get is gonna hurt the rest of the team for sure.
Exactly.
Whatever if you're paying a starting quarterback top 10 price, you're gonna hurt the rest of the team. But their thing is they're gonna negotiate whenever his contract's up. I don't know if it's the end of this year or whatever it is, and then they'll decide, hey, should we just trade? Because he's playing good. He's playing good enough to trade now.
It almost would be.
But it's just like, if you're not going to get better, then it's pointless paying all the other guys that you did.
Yeah.
If he had, let's say they got Pickens, they might be too That's
More wins.
plus 2 wins.
I mean, to me, bro,
I'm just saying,
I always say this.
If he had 2 or 3 more guys, how would the team look? How would he look?
I always say this: only one team can win it all. You can't. To Panthers, obviously, as fans, we're like, oh, we just want to win the Super Bowl, right? We want to get playoffs, but it's a business to them. They want to win. They'll take winning 9-10 games a year because that's bringing in fans, that's bringing in money, right? So I don't care who it is. If you ask any team, hey, we'll give you a quarterback that's going to get you 8, 9, 10 wins a year, they'll take it.
No, fuck you. I've been in that washer
but
for
what else
17
do you want,
years.
You're not going to find a Patrick Mahomes every year. Do you not pay anybody for 20 years and wait for?
That's my thing. It's like you guys don't really understand.
If you're not on that road, tank until you take more bites at the apple.
But then you have to remember this. Let's go into a different way. If you tank so many times, you have to sell the team. You're losing the team. You're losing a bit. You know what I mean? Like you have to look. It's stupid.
The Raiders ain't. He's kept them the whole time.
He just moved to another place.
No, but I'm saying some teams get.
Or you move to
like,
Vegas.
You have to, but like even that, like they lost the team because they were so bad. I mean,
Chargers.
there's so much that goes into it, but it's hard to tank for 10 years in a row. You have to show a little. Like,
I think it's the quarterback market is scarce, bro. You cannot get another quarterback.
It's hard to get a quarterback.
You can't. The ones that hit on them, that you got lucky. Congrats.
Yeah.
And you got Allen and Mahomes. Everybody else is they have up and down years.
No, the tanking thing is weird because you still have to build it. Like, say you tank for 10 years, right? That means you're not signing anyone, you're not paying anybody. But then you get your quarterback. You still don't have anybody else. Now you got to find 12, 4 guys on each side that are stars.
Yeah.
That's hard to find. Nobody's letting those guys go.
All right, moving on. The Jags 25, the Titans 3. Not much to say. Jags continue to win. They have a division lead. The Titans are clearly going to be at the top, which I don't think is the worst thing because I think that you have a guy and your quarterback.
A lot of help though,
and you want to go back to the offensive line, defensive line. You know the places that you got to attack.
See, that's another. And real quick, they got their guy now. They didn't pay anybody this year. I don't think they did paid crazy amounts. Now they're doing the right way. They're going to get a top 5, top 3 pick. Now they can start building that.
Cardinals 17, Bucks 20. Bucks get a win. I don't know if it was the most impressive thing. It was a win that they needed to get the train back on the tracks. Here's the only funny thing that I'll say about this. Like Jacoby Brissett's been balling, right?
Yes.
He's been but unfortunately to me, it feels like a bunch of empty calories, right? Like one of those backup quarterbacks who's going to go in there and it's almost like Jameis Winston. He's going to go in there, throw for 400. He's going to throw 3 picks and he's going to throw 3 interceptions and they're going to lose the game.
Bro,
that's how Jacoby Brissett, he's great for fantasy because I have Trey McBride. And if you have one of those receivers, fantastic for that. But I don't really take much out of this Cardinals team. Bucks needed that win. Do you guys have anything to say on this game?
Bucks are going to fall to the wayside. I think they're in the same bucket as the Lions. They're on their way out. Packers, Niners are trying to fight to stay in. Cowboys are on their way up. I think that's how the playoff picture is going to end up being.
Preet, anything to take away on this?
I feel like you're the only one that's been calling the Jacoby Brissett thing, so I got to give you a little bit of props on that. He's averaging like 400 yards a game for the last 5 games, bro.
It's silly, bro. They're video game numbers, but they're all like L's.
Yeah.
Except the Cowboys.
I think they're okay. They're okay with losing. Cardinals are going to be an interesting team this offseason because they don't know what they're going to do with Kyler. Their position players are getting older, just their running backs.
Yes or no question, Preet. Would you take Kyler Murray?
Yeah. 100%.
I didn't even...
Bro, it's hard to find a quarterback.
Shit show on with fire on it and everything.
It's just funny watching his little cute ass run around back there. He runs hella funny. So
you got to put the little soundtrack when he runs it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
You got to pay somebody.
Viking. So this tells me and tells everybody how important the quarterback position is, man. Vikings seemingly were a Super Bowl contending roster heading in. The only thing we said was if JJ can be middle of the pack guy, he's going to lead them into the playoffs, no problem. How deep they can go, rookie quarterback, whatever. But we saw nothing from JJ. Absolutely nothing. You put in his backup, even worse. Vikings 0, Seahawks, one of the best teams in the league, 26. Only stings a little more because that was Sam Darnold, who you just let go, who just whooped your ass 26-0. And yeah, it's hard to... I looked at it and I was like, damn, 0? That's kind of, you don't really see zeros a lot.
You don't, and you guys will be surprised. Darnold, I think he had like 5 fantasy points. He had 0 touchdowns.
Yeah.
There was 2 defense touchdowns, I believe. So that I think if you're a quarterback and that's pretty far. I was wondering what he was thinking. I think there's 2 things you want to happen, right? One is obviously you blow him out and you go crazy. 2 is he kind of gets laugh out of. He's like, I didn't do anything, and we still smacked you guys. Like it's like a funny way of looking at it. Like he's probably sitting on the sideline, like watching the defense just.
He's like, look at those
Totally,
guys. Those guys are a fucking mess without me. So he won regardless. The big
Yeah,
winner, in
it's a
big
fun-
winner in
yeah.
this game,
Don't
Sam
know.
Darnold. Yeah. Bills 26, Steelers 7. I'm gonna take the lead on this one just because this is kind of my thing with the Pittsburgh. You notice? Listen, boy, I'm calm. This is exactly what I expect. Would I have come in here and been elated and be like, oh, you see, that's why we do it? Like, no, this is what the Steelers do. They're going to beat the Colts. They're going to dominate the Colts, one of the best teams in the league at the time. They were still rocking and rolling at that time. And then they come back, lay an egg against the Chargers, who had a depleted O-line, did nothing. Then they go and then they lose last week to the Bears, and then they lose again. And it's just like, but I feel like next week, would I be surprised if they blow out a good team or the Ravens or something like that?
Yeah,
Like,
they play the Ravens next week.
not at all. But that goes back to my root of the problem with this whole team. It's like, what team are you getting? The team that's capable of beating anybody or the team that's capable of losing to anybody? And that's just when you're talking about like being a fan of a team, that's not a good place to be. And unless you guys have something else, I'm ready to
So
move
what would
on.
make you happy if they keep losing?
No. In this point in the season, I'm rooting for them to win. The thing is that I know what's going to happen. I don't even know if we make the playoffs at this point. But my big thing, John, is it's not of like what's going to make you happy this season, because this season we're all in. So we have to make the playoffs. But what's going to happen? We're going to face the Bills. We're going to face the Broncos. We're going to face one of those teams, and it's just going to be the same movie that we've seen. So what would make me happy is to move on from Tomlin, move on from Aaron Rodgers, get an offensive coach in there, go trade every pick, and go get the guy from go get Mendoza, and just start fresh with an offense. So that's my problem is that we're fighting to stay right in the middle. Right, so it's like, what's going to make me happy? We're going to win next week, lose the week after. Steelers going to sneak into the playoffs and do absolutely nothing.
The season's like, you don't really care about the season.
At this point, I'm rooting, but I know how this is ending, so I'm not.
Did you hear they did the fire Tomlin chants? You guys did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Good. Fuck them.
Also, when he hit Rodgers, they started doing he fumbled or something like that. They were doing the fire Tomlin chants.
Yeah, that's enough of that. Raiders 14, Chargers 31.
Let's go. Right on schedule, baby.
Are you at this point rooting for the Raiders to just lose to get a better pick? Okay,
100%.
good.
And in the beginning
That's
of the
the
game,
only
beginning
thing.
of the game, going to the halftime, they kind of were worrying me because they were getting hyped up. It was a tie game.
It was a
I
little
like,
too
hold
close.
on. Yeah, slow down, buddy. Jets won, so that's good. I think we got top 4 pick right now, so we'll see what happens. There's not a lot.
There's a website for that, isn't there? There's like a you can check who's leading for the number 1 pick. There's a website.
Okay. I just look at the standings. I know we're top 4. I don't know how it works as far as like tiebreakers and stuff like that go. But
Yeah, that's what that website does. It'll tell you.
Yeah, that'll come. But I'll just go off of top 4, top 5, whatever. I still think we're going to win some meaningless games at the end. That always happens. I hope we don't. I hope we finally decide to do something right. So
Yeah.
But this
Can't even tank right.
This was expected. Chargers are getting healthy.
Herbert
did hurt his hand. Yeah, Herbert did hurt his hand.
Yeah.
So
We'll see how that whole thing shakes out.
I'm happy we lost for sure. Good loss.
All right. The game we just wrapped up, Broncos beat the Commanders in overtime, and I believe the final score on that was 27-26. Broncos, one of the best rosters, one of the best records. I'm still not impressed.
It's tough. Man. It's tough to believe in them. Bo Nix he just doesn't make, crazy plays to make you feel like, okay, they're but they're 10-2. Obviously, they're gonna have a playoff spot, so we'll see what they do in the playoffs. Sean Payne, he's a good coach.
You trust their coach. You trust their roster.
Defense,
you like
we'll
their
see.
record, and
they're gonna get waxed in the first round.
I would not be surprised one bit. Let's get into our top 5, boys. That's pretty much a roster or the whole slate for this week. Busy slate. No bye weeks for anybody. Last week we did this, and it was very interesting. We loved the responses that on TikTok and on IG. So Preet, do you want to go first with your top 5?
Yeah, I'll go.
So obviously it's going to change. We're going to do this every
Yes.
week because I feel like you see what's happening. You have to change your opinion based on what you're seeing. Go ahead. Top 5.
Obviously, we're all thinking this, but it's crazy. The NFC is how. Oh, it's crazy how NFC is dominating this league, the league right now. So my top 5, I think it changed a little bit from last week. So it changed a little bit from last week. My top 5. And then, how I'll go yet. Oh, good. My bad. Yeah, my top 5 changed a little bit from last week. I still have this. This is my top 5 right now as of this week. Week 13 just wrapped up, I believe.
Yep.
Right. So I got Seattle number 1 still. I got Rams number 2. Green Bay jumps up to 3. I got Pats number 4 still, and I got Lions at 5.
I love it.
So yeah, that's my top 5.
Who was your honorable
Week 13.
mention? Did you have an honorable
Yes.
mention?
So I want Bears. It was either them or Lions at 5. I had Ravens at 5 last week, but what they did this week was terrible. I mean,
You can't trust them. I don't blame
And
you.
I want to give them. Yes, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But it's 3 weeks in a row. Lamar's had a terrible performance. Their offense looks shitty, so they don't deserve to be top 5. But Lions, I had them at 3. I had Green Bay out of the top 5, but Green Bay smacked the Lions, and that was my biggest thing with Green Bay was their offense. Like, is it gonna wake up? So
Yeah.
Green Bay deserved. They got them. They're number 3. Pats 4. Lions 5. Bears are. I was in between Bears and Lions for 5 because I do like what John was saying earlier. They don't have a lot of They don't have a lot of weaknesses, so you got to start giving them that credit. But that's my top 5: Seahawks, Rams, Green Bay, Patriots, and Lions.
All right, I'll go next. I'll go next on this. So that was his top 5. Here's my top 5, and it's funny. I want everybody at home to do your own top 5.
It's way harder
because
than,
it's when you think about it, you're like, it's just give me the 5 best teams, and then everyone's bias plays into it, and your own objective opinion or subjective opinion is going to play into it. Here's mine. I got the Bears coming in at number 5, undeniable with their record. You can't deny what they're doing. Packers, another team that I didn't have in the last top 5 at number 4. The top 3 are teams that I did have last time. At number 3, Patriots. Number 2, the Seahawks. And at number 1, I still have the Rams. They did not get blown out. That was just a weird game. Matt Stafford played weird. The NFL has games like these, and I have no problem keeping the Rams at number 1 and betting the house, the mortgage, my firstborn on them with whoever they play next week. A good team that just comes off of a bad loss, you just bet them. They're going to get back on track. That is my number 1.
Me and John will be putting everything we have on the other team.
I apologize.
Yeah.
You guys are going to need to start pumping out some more kids because I'm over 2 on these.
For number 5, I got the Patriots. And you know what? I'm not impressed with them. I'm not. Who's their number 1 receiver? Some nobody. The running game, yeah, I think they'll eventually show their true colors coming soon. So they're at my 5, and they barely scraped there. And that's my only AFC team on the list. Next, I got at 4 the Packers. The Packers, they have the defense. They have a capable QB, but he still has a lot to prove. And they have some guys coming back. Jacobs is healthy. They got Jaden Reed coming back, so I like them. I like how their future is moving forward. Number 3, I got the Seahawks. This defense is one of the best in the league, continues to be. They just pitched a shutout. They have a number 1 receiver. They have 2 capable running backs. K9 has been playing great, so I like where they're at. Number 2, give me the Bears. That's right, I said the Bears. And number 2
is insane.
I'm a Bear believer. Bear down. They don't have any weaknesses, and I like the coach. And when you get into these December playoff, they have a lot to prove. But you know what? So does everybody else. The Hawks, the Packers, the Pats. Everyone has to prove. But guess what? Someone has to win. Give me the Bears. I like how they are on defense. They have 2 receivers. They have the Odunze. They have DJ. They have the best run game in the league.
Yeah, they got 2 dogs.
2 dogs. And their weakness is Caleb. If Caleb can play at where he's at or even a little bit better, I can see them getting to the championship, NFC. And number 1, the Rams. They have everything that everyone else has, except they have the better quarterback. They have the receivers that the Bears have. They have the defense. They have the running back in Kyron Williams. They have the coaching, but the kicker and the things that take them over is Matt Stafford, Super Bowl winner and playoff experience on all sides of the ball. They're still number one for me. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Bears and the Rams in the NFC Championship. That's who I got.
Interesting. Yeah, if they keep improving, I have no problem with it. But you know what I appreciate about you boys is the fact that you guys saw the Rams lose today, and you dropped them. Oh, you didn't drop them at all. You had them. You had them at number 2. Yeah. I had them at number 1. That's the problem. Like, not overreacting, because things like this happen over the course of a regular season. And the last thing we're going to do today,
John, do your top 5.
Yeah. So again, my top 5. Run them down. Number 1, the Bears. Number 1, the Rams. Number 2, the Bears. Number 3, give me the Hawks. Number 4, Packers. Number 5, the Patriots.
Gotcha. And then I will say my honorable mention. I debated having the Cowboys in there. The way they're trending, the way they're trending. You know how much that hurts me. I'm not saying this for nothing. I'd rather choke myself. I'd rather be a Raider fan.
I wanted to put them in there too. And honestly, if the Cowboys and Patriots played, give me the Cowboys all day.
That's
all
wild.
Day and tomorrow. But I can't put them over the Niners or the Broncos just because the way we match up schematically, I don't like the Cowboys in those games. I got Cowboys as an 8th best team, but I do have them better than the Eagles and the Colts.
Yeah, not mad at it.
So
speaking of the Pats, tomorrow, Monday Night Football, for the contest, I believe we have, because I went 0-4, John's weird ass went 3-1.
3-1, baby.
He took over the lead.
They call me a madman. I'm locked in, boys. I told you.
Absolutely insane. I'm pissed off. We should not have done it. So
I'm gonna do the standings real quick.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Give
Through
us the
week
ratings.
12, we got.
I'm back, baby.
My guy John's back on top, 12-9. Vic 11-10, and then I'm at 8-13. So we're back in the closet.
Someone on TikTok said, "Dude in blue hats just happy to be here." Yeah, that's about right. I'm just
happy.
4 games out.
Let's get to Monday Night Football real quick because we're running long on this. But Giants at the Patriots. Patriots 7.5-point favorites. Did I get that right? The Giants are at the Patriots.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Preet. We'll start with you.
I think this is an easy pick for everyone. For me, easy. I think Patriots take care of business at home. I think Giants, they got a lot of injuries. They got their 2 wins for the season out of the way. They're 2 hyped up wins they got. I think Patriots take care of business at home. Easy.
I don't think this is going to be an easy game. I think, first of all, 7.5, give me the Giants with Jackson Dart playing. If he's playing, then I like them to cover that. But because the Patriots are at home, and the Giants don't really have a real coach. I mean, they have an interim coach. You know, it's their shit show over there. And not so much about the players. I don't think it's really the players that have me being like, no, they're just completely terrible to watch. Terrible squad, terrible roster. I just think the coaching is just abysmal. So the Pats will win, but don't be surprised if it gets at half, it's something like 10-13.
Boys, for some of the reasons that you guys just mentioned, I'm taking the Giants. Let me explain.
I'm not mad at it.
Listen, have you guys ever heard of the interim head coach bump? Where there's an interim head coach. This is his first game with Jackson Dart. Shake up in the building.
Yep.
You've noticed players like Tyrone Tracy starting to get rolling. They're starting to play a little bit better. They're incorporating different players, different this. We're running long on this, so I'm not going to over-explain it, but give me the Giants to win tomorrow.
I'm not mad at
over
it.
The interim bump is a real thing, and we'll leave it there. We'll have to end the podcast because we're running late on this, but going to be a good, fun Monday Night Football game. I got the Giants. John and Preet had the Pats. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for listening. It's going to be an interesting week 14 as well, so we'll catch you up on that. But until then, y'all be good. Sleep good. I love you. Say it back. Check out. So please hit subscribe. Follow wherever you're listening.
Make sure you
on
guys
Spotify.
share.
If you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. Follow the boys at ILY Say It Back Pod. I'm at Vic T Radio.
John Anthony XIX.
Pre_sing13.
Y'all have a good night. Sleep good. I love you. Say it back.
Share it with everybody.
Share
it with your mama.
With the bitches.